Hello, Taurus. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read we'll be dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at Val53 Tarot. She's read you as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Damn. Yeah, I know, Taurus. I know. Everything energetically is connected like a web. Oh boy, there's the devil. Let's see where this goes. Goodness gracious. That is a slippery slope there, Crosswatcher. Very slippery slope. Goodness gracious. Yeah, they know it too. They know it. Okay, so two more and I'll jump in. Okay. Interesting. What else showed me this very similar energy? Goodness gracious. What is this? Okay, so jumping into this, Taurus, right away what I am looking at is a uphill battle or uphill climb, struggle, fight and climb. Geez. Interesting enough, why am I picturing kind of like when, I don't know how it sometimes will happen, kind of like in a boat or a ship. If a boat or a ship has a leak, you know, water kind of sprouting out, actually speaking of not sprouting out, but sprouting into the boat or the ship. It's like, we got a leak and they got to go, you know, repair it. Do whatever you got to do to stop the leak. In other words, otherwise this fucking ship is going to sink. That's what I'm kind of looking at going on here between the two of you. You know, the water's gushing in the ship and it's kind of like, oh, we got to do what we got to do. And people are yelling back like, well, she hold. Keep an eye on it. You know, it's a whole movie scene in my head, kind of playing out right now. She'll hold and she'll do for now. It's like everyone's like panicking and stressing to get the fucking job done and do what you got to do to maintain so that, you know, things keep on keeping on. I don't know what that is. What they're emphasizing, energetically speaking, all this energy, Taurus, is you could just title it, Will She Hold? Will it hold? Will he hold? Like, whatever that it is in the situation, the dynamic, like, will it kind of like stabilize itself for the time being? Goodness gracious, that is a time. That is like everyone's running around the boat or the ship trying to figure out, like, man your positions, energetically speaking. Geez, it makes me want to watch a good old, you know what kind of movie. Military movie, I'll just say. I don't know if I can say the other word or not. Makes me want to watch a military movie. Ghost riders in the sky. Damn. It's geez Louise, Taurus. It somewhat holds. It somewhat holds. I kind of feel like, yeah, it's sort of like everyone's kind of like, wiping themselves off, and for the example of the situation, wiping themselves off, like, gritting their teeth, like, is this shit gonna work? For the time being, it does. But they're also emphasizing, like, fuck, we don't have that much time. We don't have much time. It's like a time pressure, time crunch. And the pressure of the situation, the circumstances is beginning to affect them deeply. That is for sure. Not only are they emphasizing, like, we're not working with much time left, they're also emphasizing, like, for the example, like, too much damage has been done. She's taking on too much damage. They're just fucking just yelling at each other on the boat. This isn't like, no, this isn't Titanic. No, this is something different. This is something different. You're just going through some rough waters. Going through some rough waters. How did it happen? I don't know. She's old. They're like patting the sidewall of the ship. Stay with us, girl. Why are all the boats named after females? You like Black Betty? Good song. Interesting how you've managed to do that. You've done that repeatedly. It still goes back to a no-biter situation. There's so much anxiety and pressure that the two of you are going through together. But there is very quick communication darting back and forth. That's the thing. There's very quick communication darting back and forth. So that means the two of you are definitely going through this side by side. That's the only way that fits or makes sense. I mean, you both look at each other like side eye, like, oh fuck, oh shit, kind of just cheesing, but it's out of like nervousness. Like, there ain't fucking shit we can do. Like, it is what it is. There ain't shit we could do. All we can do is just do what we got to do. Think of something quick. Think of something quick. What? What is that? What? What does that even mean? I don't understand that. What it turns into a runaround. Damn. That is a lot of runaround for the example of this story, Taurus. That is a hell of a lot of runaround, and it's like whatever that is right there with that devil energy. I will say it does come to a close. Like it is what it is, but the runaround afterwards is just kind of like prepare, like so much preparation and like scatterness of like shit. Is it gonna hold? Is it not gonna hold? Like what do we do? How do we prepare? How do we get things lined up? How do we make adjustments? How do we make changes? Are we gonna have to pivot? It's like unfortunately it's a bunch of runaround. It is. There's no other way to say that. It's runaround. And it's almost like before anybody makes like any type of severe move or any type of severe decision, it's like running through everything first. And I mean that is going over absolutely everything and checking absolutely everything. It's like check this, check that, check this, check that. It's like geez Louise. Inventory feels like inventory, but preparing inventory, but preparing. Mm-hmm. Jeez. Multitasking. That is a hell of a lot of multitasking, Taurus, between the two of you. Holy shit. That is okay. So it's sort of unfortunate what you're emphasizing. It's almost kind of like the two of you. One is the captain and one is the crew, and vice versa. The both of you step into the roles of captain and crew members. That is your dynamic. You're saying the two of you do absolutely everything. Um, interesting. Okay, Taurus, it is what it is. This energy of if you take on that role in those positions of you do everything, you know what you signed up for. You know what you signed up for. I kind of feel like for some reason, whatever is going on, the two of you are going to have to come to that conclusion eventually of what you actually have signed up for. Because whatever you've signed up for, in a sense, with agreeing and going forward with things, that's what you're kind of living out afterwards. Like, let's just say if you want to, I guess join the military or serve. I'm sure you have a pretty good idea of what comes along with it. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. So you're like, whether you figure it out along the way and kind of wing it, or whether you know all about it and you're well experienced and seasoned, it don't matter. I'm pretty sure you have an idea of what you're signing on for. Don't know what this is. There's a tower. Damn. There she blows. Had to. It's just the example. Had to. Damn. What you know about rolling down in the deep? That song. When people talk too much, you put that shit in slow motion. Huh. There's a way through this, Taurus. The two of you actually figure a way through this. Nice. Don't go chasing waterfalls. It's another song. You want an adrenaline rush? It's too large. Street Wars. Or is it no, not Street Wars, Race Wars. The movie, Fast and Furious. Good one. Sometimes chasing an adrenaline rush or a high. What goes up must come down. And it's between the ups and the downs, Taurus, that I feel like the two of you are having to make adjustments and work with. I'm looking at so much energy of adjustments, fluctuations, changes, shifts. It's kind of like the speakers of a bass system. It just sits there and vibrates. You stand in front of it, you get all the tingles and the goosebumps, and you're just like, ooh. But you like it. It's just like, okay, it's its own kind of rush. It's its own kind of sensation. Kind of makes your skin feel like it's moving. What makes you feel alive? Living life on the edge will make you feel alive. But living life on the edge also, like the fool, dancing around, you could lose it all. That's why it's a slippery slope. In this sense, some sort of messenger, the dog or something, like the Fool card, is trying to, alert, 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 pay attention, watch out, alert, alert, alert. Interesting. A messenger. Who's the messenger, Taurus? You know what's interesting is all these cards, and I have not yet seen the Fool. Yeah, you figure out something. Hey, now, let's not go to the Seven of Swords. Don't do that. There it is. Oh my gosh. Hey, there it is. And that's what I was kind of saying. They're a bit of a risk. There's the Three of Swords. They're a bit of a risk taker. That's the thing that comes with it. What are those called? A high wire. A high wire. Like a balancer, like on a high wire. Just circus performer. Living life on the edge. That's what they're emphasizing. Living life on the edge. That's the risk. Energetically speaking, that's the risk you take. It makes me think of like one of those, I don't know, those places that you go to and they kind of have you sign, what are those called, a safety waiver or whatever, where it's like, it could be dangerous, it could be a little bit risky. If you so unfortunately happen to be injured upon this whatever event or whatever, I forget what they kind of refer to them as, like bungee jumping or skydiving or whatever, zip lining. If unfortunately you are injured, that you kind of waive your rights to, hold it against whoever is responsible for that. What would you call it? Whatever, don't matter. but you just kind of wave it. It's just kind of like, you know what? It is what it is. I know dancing way up here, there is the risk of falling, but there's also the chance that it's kind of like, you know what? I can hold my own and look at my footwork. Right, Taurus? Yeah, that's the same exact energy that who Pisces was asking about or Dylan showed me. Exact same energy. There's Pisces coming out next, as I just mentioned it. Might have seen that before too today. Who was that for? Interesting. Look at that. Look at that. Haven't seen that one before. One moment. Hmm. What an interesting energy. Very interesting. What is that? I myself am curious about that, Taurus. Just like Libra, I almost want to use the second deck and ask for more, but we'll just kind of see where this one goes. I'm not too sure. They say they are making peace with the risk that they are taking in this dynamic between the two of you. They are, even though it is painful, they are making, and they're making peace with it. They just kind of like, comes with it. Interesting energy. Fascinating. That right there is actually conversations with the ferryman. I'm curious. Bye.